Okay, it's finally over, guys. Jesus Christ. As I bring up my pint of wine, my mega pint of wine. Mega pint? Oh, man. The shit show that is the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial has reached a verdict. And surprisingly, I didn't think, and I told you guys a couple of times, I didn't think that Johnny Depp was going to win. But then I realized how fucking stupid and whatever that Amber Heard and her team are, because there was one instance where she basically just admitted that, yes, the article that was written was about Johnny Depp. It's like, oh, shit. Well, there you fucked up. I think you actually had this case until you actually pretty much admitted it, that it was about Johnny. Man, I tell you what. I'm glad it's over, so we could stop obsessing about this and people divided about it, fighting about it, all that stuff. But my God, it was just, a literal shit show. And yeah, her career is ruined. Not only is Toby Emmerich not working for a portion of Warner Brothers, Amber Heard definitely not going to work for Warner Brothers again. God knows what's going to be happening. Whoa, are we good? God knows what's going to happen with her. Send super chat. Yeah, okay. About the tweet. What? Wade's tweet is meaningless. Yeah. See, that's the thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're still talking about Toby. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is like the bad part is, yeah, like Jose is saying, he's not fully gone. He's not fully gone. He's just out of his position, which, yeah, that's a step. It's a step. Got to remember, it's a step. But yeah, back to the Amber Heard thing. Yes, Johnny Depp won. I did not think he was going to. But her legal team and she just fucked up. It's crazy when I even had a back and forth with somebody today who did not want to believe this or didn't believe anything. It's like, just the way that human beings are nowadays. I get it. If you don't like Johnny Depp and you believe like a lot of the shit, and God knows he is not, he is no fucking angel for sure. He is fucked up. We've heard a lot of that here. But if you watch this trial and still think that Amber Heard was absolutely, completely innocent, I don't know what the fuck you were watching. It's weird when I talk to people that wholeheartedly think that she is full on innocent still. And I'm going, what have you watched? I honestly don't know what you've watched. Because everything I've watched and a lot of people have watched has been, holy shit, this is really bad. She is looking really bad. Just the way that she's acted on the stand, her mannerisms, and the way that she was always looking at the jury when she answered questions. Like, hey man, she was trying to pull off this whole big, huge performance. And believe me, Johnny Depp was doing a performance too. But let's face it, who's the better actor? Johnny Depp. But yeah, it's like when I'm seeing people that are like, oh my God, I can't believe that I'm like going, whoa, have you not been watching this? It's been really bad. So I don't think it's not a shock to some people, but then of course there's some people that are like, oh my God, I can't believe this. And then there's a lot of people too, there's people too that start mentioning and start tweeting about, sexual assault and abuse and all this stuff like that. And I'm just kind of going like, yeah, okay, I understand you're upset, but you should be more upset on Amber Heard. Because it's obviously that she was lying. It's pretty damn obvious that she was lying about some things. And the things that were presented on this case, she took advantage of what was happening with the whole Me Too thing and like that. So you should be more mad at her for fucking a lot of that up. That's what's so funny about that. I was like, why? How are you? Yeah, I can understand you can be mad at the situation, but you should be mad about Amber Heard kind of taking advantage of this little situation right here too. Because some of the stuff was just like, how could you... That's just the way we are nowadays, though. We just kind of you have one thing, you have one bias, and then all of a sudden it's like, what happened? No, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Sorry, I didn't see that. And I've always told you guys too, I wasn't on the side of either one of them, but when you kept watching stuff, it was like, holy shit. Ugh. I don't think this is gonna. I think this. Does it help Johnny Depp's career? Sure, it already has. It ruined her career, for sure. But at the same time, when it came to Johnny Depp, I don't think he's not going to be a fucking star again. He's not going to, Disney ain't going to be calling him up. Nobody, Warner Brothers, not going to be calling him up either. I think he'll probably do a bunch of indie movies or something like that and do performances with his band or whatever the hell. And I hear that that's what he did. He didn't even show up for the verdict. That's what was funny. I mean, talk about putting on the sunglasses and saying fuck. He wasn't even there. Apparently he's like in the United Kingdom or something like that. He's in the UK, which was interesting. It's like Johnny Depp was like, well, we got this. Yeah. Yeah, it's all been a big shit show. Really has. But, you know, sometimes, I mean, when it comes to this kind of stuff, it's like, yeah, we want victims to come out and do the thing. But the sad part about it is a lot of the things always is like, you know, when you have like the hearsay, you know, we heard that so much in this trial, the hearsay. So you have to present, of course, some of the, you know, the evidence. And a lot of the evidence was just like, oh my God. So, I mean, I know some people were bringing up the fact that he was, you know, in the UK, he was still found as, he still got the whole wife beater title still on him over there. So people were saying like, how fucked up is it over here? Because, I mean, there's just, you could see the bias, you know, and you could see the bias through this whole goddamn thing. And I'm just kind of going like, can you just like not and just look at the evidence, look what's being presented, and just kind of be like, oh my God, that's weird. That's crazy. You know, I didn't want to use the justice for whatever the fuck, the hashtag. It's always weird. But, you know, the sad part about it is yes, it did hurt some of that, you know, when it comes to victims coming forward. But it shouldn't be blamed on what happened. It should be blamed on somebody who took advantage of that. I mean, we heard her say that on a recording, saying that, yeah, go ahead, say that you were abused. Who's going to believe you, Johnny? It's like, yeah, she took advantage of a lot of that, you know? She took advantage of a lot of that. I mean, obviously, Johnny was, you know, fucked up. A little too much boozing, a little too much popping pills and all that kind of shit. So let's prop up the camera and just egg him on a little bit, huh? Mega pint. Yeesh. So it's all pretty crazy and all that kind of stuff. Ezra has had assault cases too, yes. More coming on the Ezra stuff too. Definitely more coming on the Ezra stuff. Stuff's brewing up. I've been telling you guys that, you know, his side will be talking probably soon. God knows what kind of fashion it will be, but we'll see what happens with that. It's all crazy because you can't just hear somebody say something and then, okay, I believe you. That just doesn't work that way. And that's the problem is nowadays with social media and everything, everybody just hears one side and goes, believe you 100%. They're telling the truth. I know. Me? That's right. I've been on Twitter for 9 fucking years. I know when someone's lying. I know. It's like, no, you don't. Okay? It still needs to, you know, innocent until proven guilty or whatever the fuck. And remember, this was a defamation suit. Okay? This was just, they just wanted to, like, you know, the fact that he got defamed because of this article. And I think she was going to still win that until she fucked up and basically admitted that it was about Johnny. It's like, ugh. It's like, oh, all you had to do is just make it seem like it wasn't about him, and then you probably would have won. But the legal team was a joke. It's crazy. So, there you go. So, I guess congrats to Johnny Depp. Like I said, I don't think he's going to, like, totally reignite his career. That'd be crazy if it was. I don't think he's going to star, you know, he's going to end up having a role in, like, the next Star Wars series or something like that. But, you know, at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's such a crazy thing. Humans are crazy. We're all crazy. Because when you have a situation, you have two people that talk about two very different things of the situation, and then you got to figure out, and then people over here, the third party or whatever, have to figure out who the fuck is telling the truth, you know? And everybody is always like, oh, you always have to believe the victim. It's like, no, you can't do that, because how many times has somebody claimed victim of somebody else, and then turns out they were full of shit. Okay, and lives have been ruined on that side too. But then it's also vice versa, where, you know, the victim ends up not winning, and then their lives are ruined, and blah blah blah. I mean, it's just when lie detector technology, is that ever going to get better? Are we still just going to get strapped up, you know, with a bunch of little things and the little, you know, remember in like TV shows and movies, sci-fi stuff, it was just like, man, you had like a full-on helmet, you had all this kind of stuff, and it really said, hey, we know that you're lying, like a red light, green light kind of thing. Why hasn't the lie detector technology gotten better? You'd think it would have, right? In the past, like, few decades. That's what needs to happen. Or we need to find some precogs like in goddamn Minority Report or something like that. I don't know. It's not nothing's full. I don't know. Jesus Christ. I'm just rambling now. That's all. But, yeah. So who's going to play Mira in Aquaman 3? Oh, my God.